We'll have a look at it just after the race for you, but it isn't a good situation. As you said, Scotty, it was one of the worst you've seen, and you've been around for a long time.
The QEO needs to hurry.
Contact. She has to get this in.
Bertaccini. Oh, how about that?
Going into
extra time.
Looks like that first touch just under the triple. He's very good at just throwing it just over the top, which looks like he's done just again there.
Just about the last shot from Gabriel Richards, right behind it. No, gave it to Kelly Wilson on the buzzer. See, when you get on a roll, doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it's 8-ball or footy or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Same here too. And then on the other side, you've got...
Chat to the old man before, still talking about Collingwood, which I didn't want to hear about. This is Whittle, bottom of the pack, trying to get out, pushed everyone out of the way. Big Harry had a shot at goal as he put it through. He has!
Needs more than that to catch up with Zach Finlay, who's doing it on a bit at the minute. Makes his way around that bend. It looks like we're going to have a winner for the tag 125 light from start to finish. Last bend. Done deal. Comes down the straight, gets sideways a bit, but he's picked up a win. He's just about there too, Mercury. Look out, Phil. You've had the race on your own, mate. Oh, he just went a little bit sideways too. He'll come around and he'll get a lap after this to finish. What a great race here at Bendigo, the Victorian Combined Masters Final. Last lap, what a great race this is. Radford out in front, Mercury pushing him, tries to get through, can't do it. Still out in front, let's see if he can do it. He's out in front, I reckon he might have got there, Phil Radford. Good racing, Mercury's going to have one little last go, gives him a little shove, down to the checkered flag, and it is Phil Radford. As you can see, there's a slower racer in there too, by the way. So Sasso and Zach Thompson got nothing. He got eyes off the track. Oh no, Finlay. He's crashed. He will be...
Okay, Armatron. Pull that deceiver lever. Show him what you got. Come on. Blocked by Telstra. Oh, what a surprise. I don't even know what that is.
Certainly we'll have a look at it just after the race for you, but it isn't a good situation. As you said, Scotty, it was one of the worst you've seen, and you've been around for a long time.
The QEO needs to hurry.
Contact. She has to get this in.
Bertaccini. Oh,
Looks like that first touch just under the triple. He's very good at just throwing it just over the top, which looks like he's done just again there.
Just about the last shot from Gabriel Richards, right beyond it. No, gave it to Kelly Wilson on the buzzer!
So when you get on a roll, doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it's 8 ball or footy or whatever.
It's just dropping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Same here too. And then on the other side, you've got
Chat to the old man before, still talking about Collingwood, which I didn't want to hear about. This is Whittle, bottom of the pack, trying to get out, pushed everyone out of the way. Big Harry had a shot at goal as he put it through. He has!
Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up. I wanna see you drop, down it goes, take a shot. Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up. I wanna see you drop to the beat in the club. Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up.
But he needs more than that to catch up with Zach Finlay, who's doing it on a bit at the minute. Makes his way around that bend. It looks like we're going to have a winner for the tag 125 light from start to finish. Last bend. Done deal. Comes down the straight, gets sideways a bit, but he's picked up a win. He's just about there too, Mercury. Look out, Phil. You've had the race on your own, mate. Oh, he just went a little bit sideways too. He'll come around and he'll get a lap after this to finish. What a great race here at Bendigo, the Victorian Combined Masters Final. Last lap, what a great race this is. Radford out in front, Mercury pushing him, tries to get through, can't do it. Still out in front, let's see if he can do it. He's out in front, I reckon he might have got there, Phil Radford. Good racing, Mercury's going to have one little last go, gives him a little shove, down to the checkered flag, and it is Phil Radford. As you can see, there's a slower racer in there too, by the way. So Sasso and Zach Thompson got nothing. He got size off the track. Oh no, Finlay, he's crashed. He will be...
Okay, Armatron. Pull that deceiver lever. Show him what you got. Come on. Blocked by Telstra. Oh, what a surprise. I don't even know what that is.
Certainly we'll have a look at it just after the race for you, but it isn't a good situation. As you said, Scotty, it was one of the worst you've seen, and you've been around for a long time.
The QEO needs to hurry.
Contact. She has to get this in.
Bertaccini. Oh! How about that?
It's going into
Extra
time.
time.
Looks like that first touch just under the triple. He's very good at just throwing it just over the top, which looks like he's done just again there.
Just about the last shot from Gabriel Richards, right beyond it. No, gave it to Kelly Wilson on the buzzer!
So when you get on a roll, doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it's 8 ball or footy or whatever.
it's just dropping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Same here too. then on the other side, you've got...
Chat to the old man before, still talking about Collingwood, which I didn't want to hear about. This is Whittle, bottom of the pack, trying to get out, pushed everyone out of the way. Big Harry had a shot at goal as he put it through. He has!
Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up. I wanna see you drop, down it goes, take a shot. Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up. I wanna see you drop to the beat in the club. Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Melbourne. It is the City of Melbourne titles here at Port Melbourne. It's been a great weekend so far. And we're going to obviously give you some finals. And they're coming up very, very soon. We're watching the heats, or have been watching the heats throughout the morning and yesterday. And I tell you what, it is action-packed. It's a great track. You've probably seen one of our men, young Michael, take us for a lap or two. We'll have a check on that real soon, just to show you exactly what it looks like. But I've got to tell you that this is going to be a magnificent final series. In Melbourne today, it's around 13, 14 degrees, wherever you are, right around the place. Good morning. Should welcome myself, Brian Coughlin. We've got the crew behind me who make me look good. Daniel's here. Hello, Daniel.
Yeah, good morning, Brian. Good to be with you.
We're right to go. Cameras right around the track, and it's just a beautiful day to go karting. And I tell you what, this is going to be one of the huge events. There is the track itself is 1.2 kilometres. We'll be able to show you through, as I said, very soon on how it all looks. But at the moment, it is looking spectacular. The racing is quick. We've got some of the bigger karts that we'll certainly be looking at a little bit later. We start with the nines, the cadet nines, and go right through. So looking forward to that. Now, there is a heat about to start, which will be, it was actually a false start, believe it or not, which is the Heat 3 of the KA3 Senior Light. So we'll have a little bit of a look at that one and come back to you shortly. But we certainly, finals haven't started yet, so you haven't missed anything, it's okay. But this is the Heat 3 of the Senior Light about to come forward. So you'll get a gawk at that, and then we'll get you into some finals. We'll take a break, back in just a moment. Do not go anywhere. It is the City of Melbourne titles. Thanks to Telstra, many, many others, and go-karting in general. Back in just a moment in Melbourne. for you at the moment. And this one here is the senior light. Now, if you're wondering what senior light is, it's 15 plus. It really is an entry-level senior class with close competitive racing. It's great for juniors graduating or racing on a budget. So we're about to see that. And ready for a start. This is the Heat 3. So the final heat for the KA3 Senior. And we take this last heat before we get into the finals. What we'll call this is a warm-up for the karts, and it's a warm-up for me, and it's a warm-up for Daniel, and it's a warm-up for a camera guy. Let's just call it a warm-up, eh? Have a look at how many karts are involved in this. We've got Zach Tucker on the front line with Zach Finlay. Christian Zasso's in there, Christian Caro, and also Will Thompson make out the 5. This is a heat, and they are racing in the heat. The big one, the senior light, they make their way into that top corner. And a couple of karts off, make it 2, make it 3 there, karts off. They're stuck in the sand. There's a fair bit of sand up there as they make their way down around the bend. Just keep an eye on those karts which are sitting out the back at the moment. And it's always the first lap or two that you notice that all of a sudden we've got a problem. Now they'll come around that bend. It'll take us into corner 8, then a light little dogleg in a 9, straight down to 10, which is corner number 10. Now that's a bend, straight back up the straight. So we'll give you an idea. Zach Finlay's out in front, by the way. Tucker's not too far behind him. Christian Canaro sits in 3rd, Sasso in 4th. Look out for him though. Imran Ali is in 6th. We're now to 10 with Jacob O'Connor. Hudson Hughes in 7. Joel McGrath in 8. 9 is Cooper Feisch and Scarlett Stevens in 10. And we've got some good racing here in the heat of the senior light. So Zach Finlay, his best time is just put up to at 43.563. So that's the best time so far. Tell you what, Zach Tucker wouldn't be too far behind. He's sitting on his bum just at the moment. They make their way round. And back down towards the big straight here at Melbourne. So up the straight now, this is where the power comes into it. And they'll make their way through, and there is nothing in this heat. You think it was a final, but it's not. It's a heat of the senior light here at Melbourne, Port Melbourne. We'll see the city in the background. So Finlay with Tucker sitting on his Russell Coit. He brings it back up again into that nice big bend and around. Oh, we got a manoeuvre here. Nice work by Tucker. Gets in there too. In fact, oh no, he's back again. So well done, Finlay. So bit of movement in regards to action here in the heat. Wait till we start the finals, ladies and gents. So all over the place is the way to put it. They'll make their way up the straight again. Good racing in the heat. So you make their way past the finish line up into the top bend, and it's a big right-hander. Finlay's out in front. Tucker's lost a spot. Christian Abanicino is in 2nd. O'Connor 4th. Imran Ali is in 5th. So Finlay got a bit of a shock to his system just before. As he makes his way round, he's got half a cart on Christian Giancarlo. And also Zach Tucker, who's lost a cart or two in the 3rd spot. So Finlay, straight back up again. And this race again is 9 minutes plus a lap. So a little bit of time to go. So make their way down the back straight into the big bend here. And it's a bendy, windy 1.2 kilometre track here in Melbourne at the titles. And Finlay shows his class out in front. Now, he's got a couple of karts on Giancarlo. Tucker sitting in 3rd. He wouldn't be happy, Zach, but he does know it's a heat, so you wouldn't want to go too hard. Just finish the race. Jacob O'Connor up in 4. Christian Zasso is sitting in 5th. Imran Ali in 6th. Joel McGrath's in there too. He's at 7. Cooper Fish 8. Maxie Walton sitting at 9, and Hudson Hughes in 10. That's the top 10 in this heat, which is the senior light here at the Melbourne titles. Where else would you want to be on a Sunday? Super TV, the go-kart titles here in Melbourne. So he's got himself out to about 6 kart lengths with Zach Finlay. Giancarlo sits 2nd, and then Tucker and O'Connor not far behind. They're happy to let Zach Finlay go now as the race starts to even itself out a little bit. So straight up the top, and there is a bit of contact back in the field. Just watching with interest there, just as they come into that bend. She's a bit of a tight one, but it is Finlay out in front. Gets a little sideways into that corner, as they all do. Tucker, Sasso, Giancarlo. In fact, Sasso, look out for him. He's taken Giancarlo's spot there, just on that bend. Ellie's in fifth. And boys, remember it's a heat. You've got the final coming up a little bit later. You wouldn't believe it. So Zachary Finlay and Zachary Tucker back out, the 1-2. It's like they don't like each other, these two. But he's got a little bit of gain on Tucker, has Finlay. Sasso's the one to watch out for in the third spot here in this heat, senior light. And you can see as we come up the straight on our cameras there, Sasso just got a little bit sideways too. Kind of have to, it is a big, nice right-hand bend there. So down the back, Finlay, he's had a rough run the first couple of laps, but smooth things out as we speak. Tucker's not going to let him just have a nice little practice run. And those two in front, Sasso in 3. Giancaro's had a good race so far in 4th. Ali in 5. Maxie Walton in 6. Joel McGrath 7. O'Connor 8. Fish is in 9. And Spinks is taken over from Hudson Hughes in the 10 spot. So back up the straight. Finlay. Can't wait for the final a little bit later. Super TV live for this. Magnificent. YouTube, by the way, if you're on Facebook, whip it over to YouTube, put it on your TV, make it look good on the big screen. So Finlay around again. A couple of big bends there. He's, I'll tell you what, Tucker is going to give him a race in this heat. He has caught up beautifully. Finlay has a quick look behind and says, oh, bloody hell, where'd you come from? So Finlay and Tucker's just set the quickest lap too, 41.360, which is quick. And he is on the hammer of Zach Finlay. Remember Zach Finlay a few weeks ago, back at the Golden Power Series in Bendigo, was leading and went off the track. Not that he needs reminding of that. We might have a big opportunity for Tucker to get through here. As they fight it out for the heat. It's competitive, even if it is a heat. So let's watch with interest. As they come down, they'll take that bend and back up the straight again. Here at Melbourne, as you can tell, it is a big track, and here we go again. So Sasso sitting third. Let's see if there's a challenge on Finlay from Tucker. This is where it's going to happen. Round the bend here, you go into a right one now, back into, you stick with the big right and then back into a left. This is where the manoeuvres take place, not this time though. So again, good driving by Finlay and Tucker. Big crowd here at Melbourne enjoying this too. Oh, he nearly got a chance here to get through, didn't. Still sitting on his tail. Christian Sasso sitting back, enjoying the drive of the first two, thinking, well, if you guys make a mistake, guess what? Guess where I am? Sitting behind you. So they come back in up the straight again. And Finlay looks behind and he sees him there. Here's an opportunity, though, for Tucker. Can he get through? He does. Oh, how about this? And he gets back the other way. Nice work by Finlay. Good racing here at Melbourne at the titles. And it's a heat. Yep, that's it. It's a heat. So Finlay takes his spot again. Big safe was his right foot spot on Tucker. And we're in the final lap after this one, so not much in it. Sasso's made up a bit of time in third spot. Giancarlo sitting in fourth. There's a bit of a distance back to him, though. Maxie Walton, Imran Ali, Joel McGrath, Toby Spinks, Jacob O'Connor, and Cooper Fish sitting out for the top 10. Now, here we go again with these two. I reckon if they're playing tiddlywinks, they'd still want to beat each other up. So coming through, big opportunity. Tried him on the bend. Tucker didn't get there. Finlay, look out for Sasso in third, though. He's catching up quick. So this is where the action is here in Melbourne, I've got to tell you. So Finlay, Sasso sitting third. What, can he make a move? Can he gain a spot in the heat? So Finlay comes back up and around the bend. He's got a little bit of distance now. And we'll come through, I would think. So you've got a white flag here, we're told. Yep, we have a cart off the track, so...
White flag.
So just watching the cart off the track over in the corner there. That's not going to affect anyone. Yep, white flag. So last lap, and here it is now. As they make their way round. So Finlay's still out in front. The only problem coming off at the top of the hill like he did before, one of the drivers, is that it's a long way to push the cart back. So Finlay again comes down. He'll take the checkered flag, Finlay, and we're going to look forward to what's going to be a magnificent final later on. Tucker takes second, Sasso third. Maxie Walton jumps into fourth in front of Giancarlo. Imran Ali, Joel McGrath's there in 7. Toby Spinks, Jacob O'Connor. Cooper Fish, Scarlett Stevens in 11. 12 was Artho Solar in 13. 14 was Rhodes. 15 Potter. 16 Vuriskic. McInerney in 17. Emmons in 18. Spiteri in 19. Georgie Miles 20. Patching in 21. Coppin in 22. Cooper Frith finished 23rd. 24th was Matilda Bridge. And if I haven't named anyone else in that, that means they didn't finish the race. So that is the heat. And if that's the case, we are ready for a final coming up very soon. It is the tag 125 restricted light. So stand by for that. That is coming up very, very soon on Super TV. But from what we could see then, that was just magnificent racing. Super TV, it is the Melbourne City of Melbourne titles. And we'll be back in a minute. But he needs more than that to catch up with Zach Finlay, who's doing it on a bit at the minute. Makes his way around that bend. It looks like we're going to have a winner for the tag 125 light from start to finish. Last bend. Done deal. Comes down the straight. Gets sideways a bit, but he's picked up a win. He's just about there too, Mercury. Look out, Phil. You've had the race on your own, mate. Oh, he just went a little bit sideways too. He'll come around and he'll get a lap after this to finish. What a great race here at Bendigo, the Victorian Combined Masters Final. Last lap, what a great race this is. Radford out in front, Mercury pushing him, tries to get through, can't do it. Still out in front, let's see if he can do it. He's out in front, I reckon he might have got there, Phil Radford. Good racing, Mercury's going to have one little last go, gives him a little shove, down to the checkered flag, and it is Phil Radford. As you can see, there's a slower racer in there too, by the way. So Sasso and Zach Thompson got nothing. He got eyes off the track. Oh no, Finlay, he's crashed. He will be...
Okay, Armatron. Pull that deceiver lever. Show him what you got. Come on. Blocked by Telstra. Oh, what a surprise. I don't even know what that is.
Certainly we'll have a look at it just after the race for you, but it isn't a good situation. As you said, Scotty, it was one of the worst you've seen, and you've been around for a long time.
Needs to hurry.
Contact. She has to get this in.
Bertini. Oh, how about that?
Going into
Extra
time.
time.
Looks like that first start's just under the triple. He's very good at just throwing it just over the top, which looks like he's done just again there.
Just about the last shot from Gabriel Richards. Right behind it. No, gave it to Kelly Wilson on the buzzer.
When you get on a roll, doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it's 8-ball or footy or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Same here too. And then on the other side, you've got...
Chat to the old man before, still talking about Collingwood, which I didn't want to hear about. This is Whittle, bottom of the pack, trying to get out, pushed everyone out of the way. Big Harry had a shot at goal as he put it through. He has!
Needs more than that to catch up with Zach Finlay, who's doing it on a bit at the minute. Makes his way around that bend. It looks like we're going to have a winner for the tag 125 light from start to finish. Last bend. Done deal. Comes down the straight, gets sideways a bit, but he's picked up a win. He's just about there too, Mercury. Look out, Phil. You've had the race on your own, mate. Oh, he just went a little bit sideways too. He'll come around and he'll get a lap after this to finish. What a great race here at Bendigo, the Victorian Combined Masters Final. Last lap, what a great race this is. Radford out in front, Mercury pushing him, tries to get through, can't do it. Still out in front. Let's see if he can do it. He's out in front. I reckon he might have got there, Phil Radford. Good racing. Mercury's going to have one little last go. Gives him a little shove down to the checkered flag, and it is Phil Radford. As you can see, there's a slower racer in there too, by the way. So Sasso and Zach Thompson got nothing. He got eyes off the track. Oh no, Finlay. He's crashed. He will be.
Okay, Armatron. Pull that deceiver lever. Show him what you got. Come on. Blocked by Telstra. Oh, what a surprise. I don't even know what that is.
Certainly we'll have a look at it just after the race for you, but it isn't a good situation. As you said, Scotty, it was one of the worst you've seen, and you've been around for a long time.
Needs to hurry.
Contact. She has to get this in.
Bertini. Oh, how about that?
Going into
Extra
time.
time.
Looks like that first start's just under the triple. He's very good at just throwing it just over the top, which looks like he's done just again there.
Just about the last shot from Gabriel Richards. Right behind it. No, gave it to Kelly Wilson on the buzzer.
When you get on a roll, doesn't matter what sport.
So welcome back to what's going to be a magnificent race here. It is the tag 125 restricted light, and what a race this is. Restricted light, 15 plus. Tag means touch and go electric start. So they are racing in this one. You'll hear the roar in the background. Pinzik is the man in front. He's kept his spot. There's a few that have come off the track though. 1, 2, 3 for you. And I'll tell you, once you're in that sand, mate, you are in trouble. So round again. So you want to go, don't you? You just want to not be in that sand. So watch them settle for the first lap. This is the final of the tag 125 restricted light here at Melbourne for the titles. Super TV. We've got 12 minutes plus 1 lap if required. So straight up the top, and they'll go into that big right-hand bend. And Pinzik out in front. Westerveld is second of the Jerry variety. There's a couple in the race. Aldous third. And also Dealey in fourth. Clues Sales in fifth, and Pulitano in sixth. Salvaggio in seven. We've got Lacey London in eight, Gazilla in 9, and Katz and Robbins in 10. So 12-minute finals there is. And our race leader is Pinzik. And a quick lap to start with Westerveld. I'll tell you what, we're going to have some action in this race. He's not going to have it all on his own, Jackson. So it's 2 laps, as I said, 12 minutes. The laps really don't matter at the moment. So back around the big bend at the bottom. They go into a right-hander. Then back into a lefty. And we'll come down the bottom. And as you can tell, there's plenty of places to pass. And up the straight, here we go. So Jackson keeps his line. Jerry Westerveld in second, right on his tail. Aldous in third, Dealey sitting fourth, I should say. Hughes Sales in fifth. And it's a ding-dong event for the first spot just in the moment. So Pinzuck and Westerveld. I do realise there's a long time in front of them. So Aldous is a fair way away, but things can change, as you know, in a race of this length. It is the Melbourne titles. So the tag 125 Light Super TV on a now Sunday, still Sunday morning, is it, Daniel? Sunday afternoon?
Yeah,
Just. So, trying to sneak on the inside there was Westerveld. He's got to be on his measure at the moment, Pinzuck, because he's looking for any opportunity. Jerry to try and sneak in there. Looks left, looks right. He's not yet. Oncoming. So Aldous sitting back in third. There's a nice bunch back there with Dealey and Hughes Sales. So trying to get on the inside. They touch wheels there too. You can see a bit of an effort from Westerveld to keep it on the track. So Pinzuck, they go back up the straight here. Super TV cameras all over it at the moment. As they do, Daniel and the crew. Westerveld. And as I said, there's three sitting there trying to get on the podium. Heathy Aldous, White Dealey, and also Angus in Sales. So plenty of time left in the race. And these two boys are flat stick at the minute. Trying to get through is Westerveld. We'll take you down to the top 10 too. As we look on the screen there, you'll see he's still in second. Jerry, Aldous in third, Dealey in fourth, fifth. As we go back through the field is Argus Clue Sales. So Pulatano in sixth, Lacey London seven, Salvaggio in eight, Gazilla in nine, and Ryan McLeod rounds out to top 10 in this, the tag 125 Light here at the Melbourne track, the Melbourne titles that is, City of Greater Melbourne. So around that bend, he's got himself about a cart and a bit, has Jackson. Nice driving. And not much change in the top two. But as you can see, he's got a couple of carts at the moment on Westerveld, who's just waiting for the right moment to take him on. They'll come around that bend again, the right bend, and up the big straight here at Melbourne, Port Melbourne. And that there is quick, getting up to around 80 k's up there. Westerveld in front. A little sideways from Sales in third spot. Aldous has got fourth, Dealey fifth. Pulatano's back there. There is a bit of distance though between third and sixth at the minute, so you're watching the top two out in front, and as you'll see from that there, they've probably got quite a few carts, so it's a fight for the podium for third spot as well. It looks like Heathy Aldous is a couple of carts in front. In fact, he used Dealey and Clue Sales, and as they make their way back down again and back up the straight. Now, puts his head down, and away we go. Pinzuck. Look out for Q Sales in third. Just picked up the quickest lap so far too, by the way. So, Aldous in fourth. And down to Dealey and also Pulatano in sixth. These boys just keep making their way around the track at the moment. London in seven. Salvaggio in eight. Gazilla 9, 10, Ryan McLeod. Out in front. And I reckon we've just had a little break here as they come forward. Round into that big bend, you'll see them come through. I reckon he's just got him on the bend there. He has indeed. So we've got a new leader here in Westerveld. Pinzuck in second. Hughes Sale third. Aldous in fourth and Dealey in five. So a little bit happening here in the tag 125 Light here at Melbourne. City of Melbourne in the background, as you'll see. He's just having to play with the engine there too, Pinzuck, so I hope everything's all right, whether he's had an issue with something or other, but anyway, he's not far off behind there at the moment. So Westerveld out in front. And Pinzuck as well, as they make their way back up the straight. Head down.
And nothing in it, so Pinzuk back in the game again. Always going to have a change every now and again when you're running 12 minutes plus a lap for this sprint, the tag 125 light. So he's got himself out to a good lead. Westerveld, Pinzuk, Hugh Sales, who's just had another ripping lap too at 41.569. So he still thinks he can get these two in front, and he's got a massive lead. Hugh Sales on Aldous, Geely and Pulatano. So Westerveld out in front. Back up that straight again. And we've already done 11 laps, so time is moving on. Pinzuk, he waits the right time. He's got fairly close to Jerry at the minute as they make through that big righty, then back into a lefty. So again, it's around this time that they'll try just before the bend. Let's see if he dives in. No, in fact, he doesn't. Keeps the status quo there, does Westerveld. And Pinzuk and Hugh Sales. And then we've got quite a distance back to Aldous in 4th and Dealey in 5. So back up the straight here at Melbourne. And our leader is Jerry Westerveld out in front. Jackson Pinzuk on the tag 125. And I tell you what, it's a restricted light, but geez, I'm not sure what you're restricting at the minute because they are moving. So around this magnificent course here at Melbourne, how good's it look, ladies and gents? And Westerveld is showing you just how to drive at the minute. Pinzuk in second. Hugh Sales still sitting third, waiting for that opportunity. He's going, boys, if you want to make a mistake, guess where I am? I'm sitting here waiting. Back to Aldous, Dealey, Pulatano in 6, Lacey London in 7, Salvaggio in 8, Pazillo in 9, and Ryan McLeod rounds out to top 10. So good distance, good driving. Westerveld, he's just stepped it up, hasn't he, around the last 4 or 5 laps, has Jerry, as we head down that back straight. Good crowd here at Melbourne too for the titles. Wherever you're watching around, whether it's local near Melbourne or it's around another state or even any part of the world, let us know in the comments too. We'd love to know where you're watching from. Super TV, it is the City of Melbourne titles. So back up the straight again. You're going to get some slow traffic if the things continue. We're on to lap 14. So we've done nearly 10 minutes in this, the 125, the tag 125 restricted light here at the Melbourne titles. And we'll watch with interest with Westerveld. We've got 2 minutes to go here as they make their way around and maybe, just maybe another lap. So he's got himself a nice lead here at the moment, does Jerry Westerveld. Fights on with Pinzuk and Sales in second though. You can see how close those two are. They make their way up the top straight. Now they will get, I would think, slower traffic coming. That might make a difference. We'll wait with interest. So Pinzuk in second. And Hugh Sales in third. He wants that second, does Hugh Sales. In fact, he just got it there on that bend. I was watching the leader. How's that? So he's in second spot, Hugh Sales. Pinzuk back in third. But Westerveld is got his own track at the minute. So we're up around the 10 minutes 45 in this race. Plenty of laps though, 15 laps. You want to have a fair fuel tank, I would have thought. Here he comes, our leader, Jerry Westerveld, up the straight here at Melbourne. Angus Hugh Sales, what a good race he's driven. He's got second. I'm sure Pinzuk is not going to just let him have that though. As we watch, as we get to the very exciting stage of this race, we're down to the last minute. We may have a lap. We'll watch with interest with that. So down that back straight, and they'll take the bend here. And Westerveld, as you can see, he is miles out in front. He just sort of just cruise up there, and we've got our second and third with Hugh Sales and Pinzuk. The gut feel tells me that maybe Jackson Pinzuk has got a small problem because he has been passed and he was flying earlier on, but you never know.
So we'll get around here. We'll do one more lap, I would think, and then it'll be another lap, and that will be the last lap. We'll watch and just see what the judges here do at the Melbourne titles. So Westerveld out in front. So he's got the track all on his own. Must be a good feeling cruising around here. It's a big crowd at the Melbourne titles. No one's left. So he makes his way up the straight, Jerry Westerveld. And we will get the white flag now, I would suggest. And this will be the last lap for the tag 125 restricted light. He's just got to make it count here, Jerry. No mistakes. We've seen it happen. Don't want to put the miles on him. We'll touch wood and all that, but he has got the track just to himself, Jerry Westerveld. Without any incidents, should be able to get through and get the checkered flag. Makes his way down to the bend, and he will pick up the title, I would suggest, tag 125 restricted light. And a winner today is Jerry Westerveld. Great race. Angus Q Sale comes in second. Jackson Pinzuck in third. Look at Heath Aldis. Will he get fourth? He does. Just in front of Heath Aldis and Ryan Dealey. We're down to Jacob Politano, Gabriel Salvaggio. I knew I'd stuff that up. Number 8, ace spot I should say, is Ryan McLeod. Lacey London in 9, and Isaac Pazilla rounds out to 10. We'll move on with Alex Sinney in 11. Hudson Tainty has finished when they get there, 12th spot. I might just wait there before that because they might not finish. 13th spot was Jamie Meadows. Riley Casson-Roberts in 14. Billy Westerveld finished 15th. Milan Ioannidis is in 16. Joshua Holmes in 17. Ash Johnson, 18. 19 was Ava Cassens-Roberts. Gabriel Margaritas is 20. Mitchie Webb finished 21st. John O'Jong is 22. 23 was Lewis Harrison. 24, Owen Rusby, and Lockie Sterry in 25 with Reed Raddick in 26. Had quite a few that didn't finish. But your winner and the title winner here at Melbourne today in the tag 125 restricted light was Jerry Westerveld. I tell you what, just getting a few of those carts off the track, that would not be fun doing that. Especially when you've got to tow them all the way back to the pits. No fun at all. Stand by on Super TV. It's the KA3 Junior Light. It's the final coming up in minutes.
But he needs more than that to catch up with Zach Finlay, who's doing it on a bit at the minute. Makes his way around that bend. It looks like we're going to have a winner for the tag 125 light from start to finish. Last bend. Done deal. Comes down the straight, gets sideways a bit, but he's picked up a win. He's just about there too, Mercury. Look out, Phil. You've had the race on your own, mate. Oh, he just went a little bit sideways too. He'll come around and he'll get a lap after this to finish. What a great race here at Bendigo, the Victorian Combined Masters Final. Last lap, what a great race this is. Radford out in front, Mercury pushing him, tries to get through, can't do it. Still out in front. Let's see if he can do it. He's out in front. I reckon he might have got there, Phil Radford. Good racing. Mercury's going to have one little last go. Gives him a little shove down to the checkered flag, and it is Phil Radford. As you can see, there's a slower racer in there too, by the way. Who's doing it on a bit at the minute. Makes his way around that bend. It looks like we're going to have a winner for the tag 125 light from start to finish. Last bend. Done deal. Comes down the straight, gets sideways a bit, but he's picked up a win. He's just about there too, Mercury. Look out, Phil. You've had the race on your own, mate. Oh, he just went a little bit sideways too. He'll come around and he'll get a lap after this to finish. What a great race here at Bendigo, the Victorian Combined Masters Final. Last lap, what a great race this is. Radford out in front, Mercury pushing him, tries to get through, can't do it. Still out in front, let's see if he can do it. He's out in front, I reckon he might have got there, Phil Radford. Good racing, Mercury's going to have one little last go. Gives him a little shove down to the checkered flag, and it is Phil Radford. As you can see, there's a slower racer in there too, by the way. So Sasso and Zach Thompson Got nothing. He got size off the track. Oh no, Finlay. He's crashed. He will be.
Okay. Hey, Armatron. Pull that deceiver lever. Show him what you got. Come on. Blocked by Telstra. Oh, what a surprise. Yo, I don't even know what that is.
Certainly we'll have a look at it just after the race for you, but it isn't a good situation. As you said, Scotty, it was one of the worst you've seen, and you've been around for a long time.
The QEO needs to hurry.
Contact. She has to get this in.
Bertocchini. Oh, how about that?
Going into
Extra time.
Looks like that first start's just under the triple. He's very good at just throwing it just over the top, which looks like he's done just again there.
Just about the last shot from Gabriel Richards. Right behind it. No, gave it to Kelly Wilson on the buzzer.
See, when you get on a roll, it doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it's 8-ball or footy or whatever. It's just
Stopping.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Same here too. And then on the other side, you've got
Chat to the old man before, still talking about Collingwood, which I didn't want to hear about. This is Whittle, bottom of the pack, trying to get out, pushed everyone out of the way. Big Harry had a shot at goal as he put it through. He has!
Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up. I wanna see you drop down, it goes, take a shot. Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up. I wanna see you drop to the beat in the club. Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up.
Welcome back to Melbourne, the Melbourne go-kart track, the go-kart track of Victoria. It is the Melbourne titles, and we're about to get set for the KA3, I should say, Junior Light. You've just joined us for the first time. Thanks for your company. Love to know where you're watching Super TV for the Melbourne titles as they get set for the start. Racing looks good too, good formation as they make their way up the top of the hill. This is where we'll watch with interest, just if everyone get around safely. Looks okay. Might have spoken too soon, have I? No, we're all good as we make their way down. It's a little bit hard to get that many carts into a corner. We're talking 36 carts, by the way. So just watch with interest as they make their way down. Plenty of smoke to be out here too this afternoon, mainly for the carts, of course. So yeah, a false start here, have we? Look at things. Everyone's going pretty slow. False start here too, so that was a good call, but it went nowhere. Happens, Daniel. Happens, mate.
Yeah, it does, mate.
So reset, restart. Here we go. I think we might be right this time. Looks pretty good. Are you ready? We're ready. We are racing. Here are the Melbourne titles. Now, this is the quarter I spoke about before. Can they all get through? No, they can't, as you saw. 36 into a corner never works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 back on, 2 back on. Let's go back anyway. And just watch how this first lap pans out. Again, everyone wants position. You can only get that
by a little push and shove, and we just saw it happen. So first lap, which is the KA3 Junior Light. It's the final 12 minutes, by the way. 12 minutes plus 1 lap. We've just seen the final of the tag 125 restricted lightweight, or light I should say. As they make their way up, we'll watch it as they get around there again. All those karts before, there's 3 off the track and are actually just off the track, which is good. So Petroni out in front. He took pole anyway, but he's still sitting there. Oliver Williamson in 2. Archie Bistro in 3. Pataushi I should say, in 4. Tyler McLeod in 5. Daniel Cox is sitting 6th. Harrison back there in 7. Kalpfel in 8. Davis in 9. And Casper Anderson is sitting 10th. He's got a good lead so far, has Petroni. Quickest time so far in the first couple of laps is from him too. As he makes his way up the straight here at Melbourne. Got a little bit sideways early. Oh, a little position on the corner there. Some nice work by Bristow. Williamson in there. They've changed positions. Pataush and also McLeod in there as well. But Cruz Petroni has no interest in what they're doing. He's worried about himself. He's got himself about 8 karts in length on his second place and third place drivers just at the moment. So 12-minute race, we're a minute and a half in. As they make their way back up the straight. So Petroni out in front, chucks a little left sideways, swing around again. Bristow in second. Patauchi's taken over third. Just got Williamson on that bend before. So McLeod, Harrison. Petroni with a long way to go. He's got a nice distance out in front. And this the big one, the KA3 Junior Light here in Melbourne for the titles. Bristow, nice gap behind to Bristow. Then Pataush, who's driving a really good race, Jasper. Oliver Williamson's in there too with Tyler McLeod. As they head back up the straight here in Melbourne. And you'll see him take the big bend. Nice pace. So just around there too, and that is always a little bit dangerous, bit of a worry, that top bend. But they're driving nicely at the minute in the big one, the KA3 Junior Light final. So Petroni still out in front. They've shortened that gap a little bit with Bristow, Pataushi and also Williamson not far behind him. Takes a bit of dirt there, Bristow. Doesn't matter too much though as they make their way up the top of the straight. Around the bend there, Petroni. Still got that nice lead. Trying to fill his spot in there with Williamson in 4th on Pataush. Doesn't get there in 3rd. It's a nice bunch. Cruz Petroni just has a look behind and says, boys, knock yourself out. Crash into each other. I couldn't care less. I'm out in front. I've got 6 karts on you. Bristow, Patauchi, will watch this here. He tries to sneak him on the corner there. Just gives him a little shove behind and says, I am here, Archie boy. Back up the straight. So Petroni out in front. We've done 3.5 minutes into this 12-minute race here. And he might just get him on the bend. In fact, he does, Patauchi. So got him on the bend, Bristow. Not much he can really do about it. But some nice driving. The 4-minute mark of this 12-minute race. Got himself a nice lead though, Petroni. He's only got himself to beat at the moment. Mind you, he's got a long way to go. We're only a quarter of the way through the race. 12-minute plus 1 lap for the for the KA3 Junior Light. So we're watching the second place at the moment. There's Petroni out in front with the green helmet. And up the straight, Bristow. Can he get him again on the corner? Tries not to this time, so they sit in formation with Partash. I think it's Partash, actually. Sorry, I'll take that back, Jasper. And Bristow in 3rd. And no muck around today with these boys. I tell you, with the heat, have they just put it on.
Quick lap there from Petroni, 2 out in front, 41.868. At the 5-minute mark of this, the final, the KA3 Junior Light. So Batash is sitting in second, Bristow in third. We try and get that second spot back now, Bristow. Let's watch. There's Petroni, gets sideways into the corner. Might try and sneak in there, decides not to. Sitting back watching everything is Oliver Williamson. We'll go back to Tyler McLeod sitting fifth. Riley Harrison in sixth. Casper Anderson in seventh. Cox in eighth. Amoon in nine. And also Lettetti in 10. So, race leader is Cruz Petroni. We're halfway mark, or just about anyway, of this, the big race. We're 8 laps in fact, to the KA3 Junior Light. And the race leader is flying at the minute, Cruz Petroni. And as you can see, there is a huge bunch. They're fighting it out for the minor placings as they make their way up the top of the track. But Petroni has the lead. So, Risto sitting third, and also Williamson in four. There's your race leader on the screen, Cruz Petroni. Start to finish. And he do it all the way. 6-minute 20 mark of this 12-minute race with 1 lap required, if it is required, that is. So, the Touch is looking for that second spot too. They'll make their way up the straight, the leaders. But I tell you what, there's a huge group. Well, you expect that when there's 36 in the race, I suppose. They are racing like they want to win now. They're probably not going to do that, but it doesn't matter. It's about pride. So the KA3 Junior Light, which of course is the race we are watching just at the moment. Mainly for 12 to 15 years. One of Australia's biggest junior classes, by the way. And believe that the 12 to 15-year-olds out there racing at this speed and with this skill. Well, you're watching it right here, Super TV. Cruz Petroni, well and truly out in front. And Bristow is, while I was talking, has actually taken second spot back. Bataush and Williamson and McLeod takes up to 5. It's a real good fight on for that second spot. But 7, nearly 8 minutes gone into this race, the KA3 Junior Light. Terrific racing at Melbourne today. In fact, yesterday and the practice on Friday, the weather's been terrific, which is rare for Melbourne, I trust me, if you're not from here. But he's got the race on his own, Cruz Petroni. So Bristow, I should say. You can see now, he's going to get past. Oh, he just gives him a little shove there, Pataush. I reckon he might make his way through, or does he? He does indeed. Oh, a little shove and push again. So, it's a good race for second. We'll just keep our eye on that with the cameras here. So Petroni out in front. He's got the race to himself, so he's not perturbed with what's happening here. Back in second, third and fourth spot, Bristow, Bataush and Williamson. We haven't said much about Williamson. He's sitting fourth. Big opportunity though for him. Jump on that podium. Up the straight, and there is nothing in second, third and fourth. And they swing wide. Williamson didn't help at all. So, Petroni well and truly out in front. With 9 minutes gone this race. KA3 Junior Light, 12 to 15-year-olds, the Melbourne titles, live on Super TV. Bristow out second, Williamson. Now has taken third from Bataush, so they're swapping spots, these guys. Like musical karts, musical go-karts in a minute, for second, third, fourth. As they make their way up the straight, they all go nice and wide, trying to get a little slipstream going. And oh, it just got a little wide. There's Tyler McLeod. Didn't help his position. But they are in for a big race for second. So Petroni, we keep forgetting we have a leader who's a fair way in front, but we're just concentrating on the second, and That, as you can see, they're a fair way away from Petroni. He's not too concerned about that. So, Petroni out in front as they make their way up the straight. Archie Bristow, second. Williamson has snuck into third with Patouch. Can they swap things around again? The 10.5 minute mark of this race. The big one, the final, the KA3 Junior Light. Bristow has got second back. Patouch and Williamson, Riley Harrison sitting fifth. Will run through the field. Tyler McLeod, Casper Anderson, Mason Letitti, Austin McPherson, and Lucas Liskow is sitting in 10th. That's your top 10 for the KA3 Junior Light here at the Melbourne Titles. So Petroni, he's just got to do what he does, Cruz. But the guys behind him are not doing that. They are not cruising. I can tell you, they are in for the race of their life to try and get that second spot. Bristow still sits there. There's still a few there, and we forget that Williamson's just taken over third from Batouch, by the way. And then you've got Harrison sitting in fifth with Tyler McLeod. So there's nothing in it for second. So 11 minutes gone. There's another minute, and we'll see whether or not we require that extra lap for the KA3 Junior Light Super TV. It is the final here in Melbourne, the City of Melbourne Titles. And we're all watching with interest what's going to happen with second. There is nothing in this race. Little push and shove. Now we come up the top. So Bristow has got second at the moment. Just has a quick look behind him, see if anyone's going to swap, and they do. So Harrison has snuck in from fifth. And I mentioned him before, just sitting back and watching all the proceedings. Sits into third, Riley Harrison. Oliver Williamson in fourth. And Tyler McLeod. It takes Jasper Patouch back to sixth. And that's the situation when you've got Karts that close. So Petroni out in front, got the race on his own. I reckon there's one lap after this one. As we watch him make his way up the main straight. He's probably not going to catch the slower driver, but will come through. Yep, so we've got the last lap coming up now. Bristow sitting second. Harrison snuck in for third with McLeod fourth, Williamson fifth. The race is on for second spot at the moment. All Cruz has got to do in front, Petroni that is just keep driving and do his thing. So he seems to have a little distance on the second spot here, Bristow. So he'll come through Petroni and make his way up the straight for the final time. And the winner, as he makes his way up, he'll be punching the air. Don't you worry about that for the KA3 Junior Light. And the winner of the title is Cruz Petroni. Here's the race for second. Oh, a race just slipped out of there. It looks like Bristow has got second. And Harrison will check with interest with the officials what's going on there. It's one of the carts is spun out, so that's not great news. But your winner is Cruz Petroni of the KA3 Junior Light. There's the officials, just waiting for the officials to do their thing now. Bristow has finished second, Harrison third, Patouch is in fourth, Williamson in five, and Casper Anderson has finished sixth. That looks like where that's at. Mason Letitti 7, McPherson 8, Losco in 9, Amorn in 10, Margaritas in 11, Spectre in 12, Johnston finished 13, sorry. Raffy Davis in 14, Clavell in 15, Cox in 16, Martin 17, McLeod finished 18th, and I reckon that was the driver then that just slid out. In fact, it was. So dropped quite a few spots, Tyler, unfortunately. Cole fell in 19th, Tommy Hart finished 20th, Jackson Gate 21, Cooper Johnston 22, Jackson Wood, Jensen, Higgins, Stojanowski in 25, 26 was Lawson, Cruz Smith in 27, Woodman 28, 29 was J.F. Phillips, and Jackie Zorkas finished 30th with 6 carts DNF. That is the race. Cruz, he just cruised to a victory, Cruz Petroni, and took out that race, which was the KA3 Junior Light here at the Melbourne Titles. Congratulations. Stand by, we've got the Cadet 12 coming up real soon. It is Super TV, it's the Melbourne Titles. Who's doing it on a bit at the minute, makes his way around that bend. looks like we're going to have a winner for the tag 125 light from start to finish. Last bend. Done deal. Comes down the straight, gets sideways a bit, but he's picked up a win. He's just about there too, Mercury. Look out, Phil. You've had the race on your own, mate. Oh, he just went a little bit sideways too. He'll come around and he'll get a lap after this to finish. What a great race here at Bendigo, the Victorian Combined Masters Final. Last lap, what a great race this is. Radford out in front, Mercury pushing him, tries to get through, can't do it. Still out in front, let's see if he can do it. He's out in front, I reckon he might have got there, Phil Radford. Good racing, Mercury's going to have one little last go, gives him a little shove down to the checkered flag, and it is Phil Radford. As you can see, there's a slower racer in there too, by the way. So Sasso and Zach Thompson got nothing. He got eyes off the track. Oh no, Finlay, he's crashed. He will be...
Okay. Hey, Armatron. Pull that deceiver lever. Show him what you got. Come on. Blocked by Telstra. Oh, what a surprise. I don't even know what that is.
Certainly we'll have a look at it just after the race for you, but it isn't a good situation. As you said, Scotty, it was one of the worst you've seen, and you've been around for a long time.
Needs to hurry.
Contact. She has to get this in.
Bertini. Oh, how about that?
Going into
Extra time.
Looks like that first nudge just under the triple. He's very good at just throwing it just over the top, which looks like he's done just again there.
Just about the last shot from Gabriel Richards, right behind it. No, gave it to Kelly Wilson on the buzzer.
See, when you get on a roll, it doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it's 8-ball or footy or whatever. It's just
stopping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Same here too. And then on the other side, you've got...
Chat to the old man before, still talking about Collingwood, which I didn't want to hear about. This is Whittle, bottom of the pack, trying to get out, pushed everyone out of the way. Big Harry had a shot at goal as he put it through. He has!
Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up. I wanna see you drop down, it goes, take a shot. Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up. I wanna see you drop to the beat in the club. Don't wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up.
Welcome back. I'll tell you what, we are in for a magnificent race here. It is the KA3 Junior Light.
And it is again. We're racing by the look of things. In fact, we are. So up and around. Oh, Alana Gurney and Hudson Petter out on the top two. So make their way round. Not the first one out. So again, 36 into the one race makes it quite difficult. So we'll watch this first lap with interest. Now we've got a couple off the track at the moment, which are a little bit further back in the field. As they make their way up the top, just watching with interest here. So Hudson Petty's out in front. Alana Gurney has dropped quite a few spots there. Milan Sammy in second, Felix Sim in 3, Luke Robinson in 4, and Daniel Hill sitting 5th. It is the Cadet 12 final. On what is a magnificent day here in Melbourne. 12 minutes we look forward to, so a bit of racing to be done. And Hudson Petty, Alana Gurney has started on the front row, is sitting in 11th, so not great for Alana. So Sammy in second, Sims in third as he gets up on the outside of him. And you can see from the other guys, there's a little bit of action towards the back of the field. So round the corner again, Petter. Makes his way through to Sammy. He's sitting second. Sim in third. Robinson in fourth.